Hello everybody and welcome to the last Q&A of Romford Horrific 2025. This is not a stand-up show. We are talking about the movie Virus, the anthology movie Virus Detected. And right now I have a bunch of the cast, crew and creatives behind the project. Do me a favour and tell all of these wonderful people what you did on this movie.
Hello, you wonderful people. Thank you for coming to this Q&A. It's not stand-up, I am really sorry. Unless you're going to find it funny that it is stand-up. So what happened was, in COVID, which we all try and forget about, or, I was like, well, what can we do? Like creativity kind of stopped. And you kind of get connecting with people during COVID, right? So I have a really good friend called Kate Speak, who's one of the executive producers on my Slice of the Anthology. And she introduced me to Geoff over here, and other filmmakers through Twitter, and we connected, as we all did, as we all know we did during COVID. Everyone was like tweeting and like showing show reels and everything. It was like everyone was just trying to really encourage everyone to keep the everything alive with acting and filmmaking and everything. And I was like, let's just do it. Let's make a feature film. Let's do an anthology film. And I came up with a concept, which I then passed on to Geoff and James and James Morton, Charlie Bond, who's not here, Paul Cousins, Pat Higgins, Sam Rush. Am I missing anybody? I probably am. It's what normally happens. And they very graciously came on board, and we made an anthology film, Virus Detected. Altogether, it took us 3 years, I think. So. Yeah, it's been a real big, amazing thing. It's had its ups, it's had its downs, but as we all know in this room and at home, filmmaking is like doing a race with a baton. You pass the baton. When someone's down, you give it to someone else, and they keep on going until eventually, as a group, together, we get to the finish line. And that's what we did. And I'm very grateful for Geoff for helping us get to that finish line. So yeah, Virus Detected is all that. I will pass you on to Geoff, and he'll tell you more.
Well, just quickly as well, on what you just said, we have a bunch of filmmakers at the back of the room, and what you just said was awesome. So please, round of applause for that little bit.
There we go. Just in answer to your question, this is Chris Josty. He is the guy behind the whole Virus Detective thing. He wrote, directed, and starred in the Virtual Insanity bit, and co-directed the Rapper story with me. This is Amber Doig-Thorne, who stars in The Little Ones. Yes! In the short The Little Ones, which is the piece that I directed. I sort of co-directed The Rapper and co-produced the whole thing with Chris. And I'm going to pass you on. Oh no, I should have let you.
Yeah,
No, it's okay, you go for it.
Amber can talk.
You could do that.
Amber, do you want to talk?
No, that's really bad.
No,
Hello.
stop.
We're very sorry. No, Geoff, any more mansplaining? No? We good?
It's okay. I thought it was cute.
This is James.
Hi.
He's a dickhead.
Yeah. Hi, my name is James. Can I have this chair afterwards? It's really nice.
People do seem to love swinging on it, but it's quite distracting for me.
Sorry,
I'm sorry
I'm
about
ADHD,
that.
I can't not.
Yeah. My name is James.
It's not so much the swinging, it's the eyes I'm getting.
The eye contact.
Yeah, it's unnerving.
Do you not want eye contact? I can just look here if you want.
We promised you stand-up comedy, come on.
And this is Lucas. Say hi, Lucas.
Hello.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, Amber, you did get a little bit mansplained there. Tell us a little bit about your part in this anthology in The Little Ones.
There was no mansplaining. I thought that was a nice intro. Thank you, Geoff.
You're welcome.
Plus, I wouldn't be in the film without Geoff, so I think he has the right to do that. So I play Amber in The Little Ones, which it was a really interesting role. I think it was quite emotionally draining. I think I had to cry in every single shot.
Yeah. I have to say, there's a bit where snot comes out your nose. You were so upset.
Don't tell people
I
that.
love that
I need
bit.
to keep the pretty.
You can see it. You can see it.
No, there was snot flying around. It was bad. I feel like you get to a point with crying where even if you're acty crying, it becomes real and it just gets really messy. But I really liked the script, and I thought it was such an interesting concept for the whole anthology as well. And I really like the journey that the character goes on with the electrical storm, kind of unlocking more of that video, and then her finding out all of these dark truths about her recently deceased fiance. It's like someone's worst nightmare, isn't it? So yeah, I really enjoyed being a part of it. It was wonderful. Geoff was wonderful. The whole team, I've worked with them since again, and will hopefully many, many more times.
Hopefully.
And Chris, anthology movies, we've got 2 or 3 in the festival this year, having quite the resurgence. What do you think it is about anthologies on the whole that are becoming more popular again, but also what made you want to make an anthology?
So I think anthologies are resurging because you can tell so many different stories from different perspectives and different genres in such a very like short space of time in a way. Like, you know, instead of just focusing on a whole like 10-hour TV series, you can do, you know, 6 stories in an hour and a half, you know? So people really enjoy the idea of being able to experience different stories. And it also gives, like, I think, filmmakers, like, not every filmmaker obviously, but a lot of filmmakers like, how do I make a feature? You know, feature filmmaking is hard. It is, and I agree with you. However, like, if you get a bunch of your friends together, a bunch of filmmakers you love and respect, like I did, you can just, you know, come up with a concept and create your first ever feature and get to meet incredible people like at Romford and Horror on Sea. You know, we're very grateful for that. And I think the resurgence has happened because I think people is just so much, because we've got so many short form factor of like storytelling, right? So YouTube, TikTok, people want to see, you know, fast, quick, easy stories. So when it comes to an anthology, they get that hit. They get the hit they want over an overarching narrative, and then everyone like is happy with, they don't kind of tune out, they just enjoy what they're seeing. I think that's why anthologies are getting more and more popular. And ours, kind of, we're trying to keep it from the rest, which is the technology anthology, as you know, with technology being the main villain, because we all know, guys, technology is going to come for our jobs. And on that, I'll pass you to Jim for Plum.
So yeah, I just wanted to add that, you know, the other plus of anthologies, if there's a shit short, then there's probably a really good one coming along next. So, you know, yes. So, yeah, we directed the toy, and I apologise.
I mean, there is absolutely no need to apologise for that one. So, tell me a little bit about, all creatives can tell me what's wrong with their movies when they see it up on a massive big screen like that, all the little flaws, but I like to flip that on its head, and when you see this up on the big screen, or when you have seen it up on the big screen, what are you guys most proud of with this group of shorts?
I'll start, seeing as the microphone's in my hand.
Here we go.
I'm not going to mansplain, I promise. No,
You're fine.
For me, the thing that I like the most about is just seeing everyone's performances, and then just seeing everything come together. I mean, I absolutely, I think we've already had a chat about this in the past.
Yeah.
I absolutely adore the cinematography across the whole, all of the shorts and the rapper. I love the sound, the music. Debbie Lane, who's in here somewhere, maybe. Her piece is like the opening track. I absolutely adore it. Just hearing it and seeing everyone's performances just on the big screen, just absolute awesome thing for me.
For me, there's a couple of things. One, shout out to Sean Spiteri, my composer, incredible music. He did the music for Virtual Insanity, my film, and the anthology, and also the entire like after credits. That's Sean's work there. So big shout out to you, Sean. The music and like Geoff said, the sound itself was incredible to witness on like in the theatre, especially this one. It's so loud. However, when you say visually, when I was coming up with like Virtual Insanity, I was like, the aspect ratio switch, you go from a 4:3 and you're like, oh, it's an old school slasher movie, and all of a sudden, bang! Not going to spoil it, but we go to 16:9. And I think watching that on the big screen, that really worked, and I was really happy with actually how that ended up playing off in the end, was the aspect ratio switch. And obviously everyone's performance is fantastic, and I'm really grateful to everybody involved in Virtual Insanity, and I'll pass you to James Plumb now.
And I will pass you to Lucas.
Lucas, you've got words. Use your big boy words.
The question was, what am I most proud of?
Yes.
I'd say myself. And
So
honestly, you're all welcome.
Sorry, he wrote the toy, so...
So yeah, that's all I really have to add. I'm proud of myself. You're welcome.
If you wrote the toy, you should be damn proud of yourself.
No, it's just deep shame, actually. If I'm being honest.
We haven't quite explained to, like, you know, our families what it's about yet. We've been super vague.
And Amber, is there anything you're particularly proud of when you see this movie on the big screen?
Yeah, I think to just echo what all the guys are saying, really, it's kind of a collaborative effort, and to see the performances, the cinematography is beautiful, the lighting design and the wraparound I really, really liked. I thought the colours were really, really well done. I think as an actor, it's always nice reading a script and visualising it in your mind how you think it's going to look on screen, but then when you actually see the finished product, sometimes it's very similar to what you imagined, which is what's kind of the case with the little ones, which is really, really nice. And I think just seeing like those days, sometimes weeks of hard work kind of paying off in one final format with all these other wonderful short films, it's just really rewarding, really nice to see.
Just quickly as well, Amber, we have about 4, 5, probably about 12 projects that you're in this festival this year.
I'm so sorry. You're going to be so
How
fed
do
up in
you
my
find the
face.
time to be in so many different projects?
I don't sleep. I drink a lot of caffeine and I live off sugar. That's how.
If you guys could show Virus Detective to any creative or director, actor, producer, anyone that truly inspires you, alive or dead, who would you show Virus Detective to for feedback and why?
I'd probably show it to the dead ones so they couldn't get offended. Geoff?
I've already answered this, haven't I?
Geoff, just go away.
Sorry.
Sit down.
So for me, as I said when we were chatting before, Catherine Bigelow,
Yeah.
who I'm a massive fan of, and Rose Glass, who I think is just absolutely nailing it at the minute. Both of those two directors, I would love to see this film.
I do have a question in a little bit you haven't answered, and you're going to love it, so... Okay.
For me, it has to be the rebel himself, Robert Rodriguez. Like, that man inspires me in filmmaking so much. The stuff he did with indie before he became Hollywood, and I think he'd appreciate the level of filmmaking through this in different genres and the violence, the gore, but the comedy, and the killer vibrator he'd probably love. So Robert Rodriguez would probably be my person I'd love to show it to, if I'm honest with you.
I was going to say Robert Rodriguez, so first of all, get out of my head.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
Wow.
So I'm like, I don't know what to add to this. Yes, I second this.
Mic drop. Not really, it's expensive.
So, do we have anybody in the audience who wants to throw a question down? Yep, go on then.
This question is for Amber.
Yes.
So, you do an awful lot of great acting, but if you could direct any movie, what movie would you direct and why?
Well, I mean, I am directing some movies that are coming up, so you can wait and watch them when they're released. Do you mean like with...
Romford 2026?
I hope so, yeah. Whoever's in charge of the programming, I need to have a chat with them. Do you mean like with regards to what genre, or like what film have I seen in the past which I would have loved to have directed? With regards to any film in the past, I think any of like the great classic horror films. Like if I directed like A Nightmare on Elm Street or one of the Halloween films, that would have been epic. Genre-wise, my two favourite genres to watch are horror and action comedy. Random, very different, but yeah, I think I'd want to go down those two routes. I don't know if that's answered your question. Done many Q&As today. My brain is frazzled.
You and me both.
You're doing great though.
You made it to the end though, Ken?
Yay!
Right, so, last question. I have been putting together throughout this festival, I've been putting together Romford's new festival that is going to be happening in 2026, maybe 2027. Ooh. This is the final night of the festival, so we are going to now schedule our final block of films. You guys have to remake any classic movie, okay? There's more. However, it has to be flipped on its head, so it's a musical now, but also you're casting puppets for your movies.
You've already asked me this today.
Bollocks.
I answered this at the back of the room when I was listening to you say earlier.
Bollocks.
No, but to myself. So I already know the answer to this one for me. Have you ever seen the film Love by Gaspar Noé?
Yes, I have. Yes, I
Can you
have.
imagine that with puppets?
I
In
can
3D as
imagine
well,
many
and as a
things with
musical.
puppets, but not that.
Jesus Christ, that would be amazing.
Right, let me try and think of something.
I'm going to say Inglourious Bastards, because can you imagine Springtime for Hitler in that film?
Awesome.
It would be a very interesting experience. I love Quentin Tarantino. So yeah. Do it again. Think of a different movie.
I've got to think of a new movie now.
It's closing night, so it has to be spectacular.
Oh. Closing Night Live.
I'm trying to think what would be the weirdest film. Because someone else has. I've already answered this, and I said like 3, and now I've run out of films. There you go.
Could I just use your answer?
Yes.
No, okay. Sorry, what was the question? I'm making a musical?
You're remaking a classic movie, but it's now going to be a musical and fully cast of puppets.
Oh wait,
Okay.
I do have an answer.
Can I get mine in? I'll be quick.
Are you stealing my answer? Yeah, sure,
Yes.
go for it.
10 Commandments.
That was not my answer. Harry Potter. Because it's already been done on YouTube as a musical with puppets, and it slaps, so that would be my answer, because guaranteed success.
What's that mysterious ticking sound?
Snape. Severus.
Dumbledore!
We're not drunk, I promise, it's just
no,
excitement from the film.
Just a good time.
Well, you guys might be.
It's Geoff. No one's.
No, I've done it.
Lucas.
Yeah.
Go on, Lucas. What would you turn into
Like
puppets?
roulette.
My answer is a simple one. The toy.
And on that note,
Classic film.
As Amber says on that bombshell, thank you guys so much for giving us your movie. Thank you for
No,
submitting
thank you.
it, letting us show up on the big screen
Thanks for
today.
having us.
Most of all, thanks for being
I just want to say as well, like, I'm a neurodivergent person, very, very proud of it. I'm autistic, and if you're out there and you're autistic and neurodivergent and you want these opportunities and you think you can't go out and make films, you can, and go do it.
Oh, wow.
yay for being Neurospicy!
You're spicy!